In this recorded tutorial, we're going to add some dimensions to our 3D model. Now, you may remember that in a previous tutorial, we've actually added some 2D dimensions to our drawing, and we can see them here if I go to the 2D wireframe and to the top view. What we need to do now is add some dimensions on the elevation plane, so we can show the height of objects as well. So what we're going to do first is we're going to go to the Layer Properties window, and we're going to rename the Dimensions layer for a start, and we're going to call it Ground Plan Dimensions. And then we're going to make a new layer, and we're going to call this Elevation Dimensions. And the reason we're going to split them up is so that we can turn them on and off individually when we create our viewports in our layouts later on. So we need to make the elevation dimensions the current layer, and we're going to just double click and then we can close down our layers properties panel. Now, if you remember, when we create a dimension, it actually goes in on the XY plane because it's a 2D object. So this means that we need to move our UCS into such an orientation so that we can put them in vertically. So I'm just going to delete this dimension out here, and then I'm going to go to the Home tab and use the 3-point tool for the UCS and place it on the corner here. And I want my X in line with the top of the flat and my Y going up like this. Okay, and now that means that when I draw, it's going to be drawing in line with the flat that way, and it's going to be putting the dimension in line with the flat this way as well. So the next thing to do is go to our Annotate tab, and I don't tend to use this dimension tool because it tries to guess exactly what you want to put in, and for me I find that it doesn't always guess particularly well. So I'm going to use the linear tool so that I know that I'm only ever going to get a linear dimension. And then all I need to do is click on the top and on the bottom of my timber. I'll zoom out a bit so you can see, and there is my dimension. I can then use the continue tool. Let me just zoom around so you can see what's going on here. In fact, I might just switch off the other dimensions to make this a bit clearer. There we go. And so now I'm going to go back to the Annotate tab, and I'm going to click continue to put in my next dimension for my canvas. And there you can see my 2 dimensions. And the last one I'm going to put in is going to just be to show the entire length of my flat like that. And I'll just put that up here like so. And there you can see that the dimensions have gone in exactly in line with my UCS there. So this is great because now what that means is that I can switch on and off my different dimensions depending on the view that I want to have in my printout.